Don't know how that's on there. 10 p.m, still daylight.
Hello, my name is Steve Farragher and I'm here to explain to you all about the LCR Club 100. LCR Club 100 is a novel way for you to contribute to and support Liverpool Community Radio. LCR is the community radio for Liverpool. We produce a wide range of programmes ranging from Soundcheck, Tales of the Unexplained, and of course our live daily lunchtime programme, The New Daily Question. All our programmes are produced and presented by our band of 30 local volunteers who give up their spare time to produce programmes for you, the listener. So
welcome to the announcement. The conversation must now turn to how to better resource maternity services. It understood the HSC had also received correspondence from the Rotunda after the Minister had asked the hospital to provide the executive with an audit of some public contracts. Barry Lenihan, RTE News, Leinster House.
The FAI has agreed to ask UEFA to move Ireland's Nations League fixture against Israel in October to a neutral venue. It's understood Hungary is being considered an alternative location. The decision comes ahead of Dáil motions this week, which will call on the government to support boycotting the game. Our football correspondent, Tony O'Donoghue.
This is a question of the FAI saying it won't play the game here at the Aviva and they will go to a neutral venue. That gets them off the hook in some respects because they say no matter what decision they make has repercussions for them financially, of course, losing points on the field and losing the revenue of a full Aviva stadium. Government leaders, we understand, are meeting tonight ahead of the Sinn Féin motion and the Social Democrats motion. But as I say, the FAI believe that their responsibility is to protect the future interests of Irish football. Hence, that's why they've come to this decision.
Iran and Israel have said that hostilities between them have halted after the two countries exchanged strikes that threaten to reignite the Middle East war. Tehran launched missiles at Israel on Sunday over its ongoing attacks on Lebanon, which prompted Israel to strike back. Meanwhile, Hezbollah warned that further Israeli strikes on Lebanon would force it to act. Gardaí are investigating the death of a...
Ready to launch your business? Get started with the commerce platform made...
But in reality, it can be something very different. A serious illness doesn't affect the person who's sick as much as it may affect those around them. It can completely transform the life of the husband, wife, partner. Careers can be put on hold, finances can suffer, friendships disappear, social lives can vanish overnight. In some cases, a spouse can go from being a husband or wife to being a full-time carer. And that's not something everyone is prepared for. And the reason we're talking about it, this debate has kind of surfaced, is because the Hollywood actress Sharon Stone, I'm sure you all remember Sharon Stone, particularly the men will remember, revealed that her marriage effectively fell apart during her health scare involving multiple tumours and the possibility of a double mastectomy, and her husband left her.
In 700 metres, bear left and follow the A5080.
Do we really mean in sickness and health? Or is there a limit to what most people are willing to endure? What caused outrage this week when someone wrote, I didn't get this full-time carer. If my partner needed 24... I'm not going to use the old, ex-election candidate. That's kind of well and truly worn out at this stage, Elaine, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too old now. You can't use that one anymore.
Yeah, no, we'll have to come up with some new ones.
There's a lot more after popping in.
yeah, we'll come up with some new names for you. But for the moment, social commentator and podcaster. How's that old podcast of yours going?
Now bear left.
Yeah, we're gaining for week in, week out.
That's great.
I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, podcasts are fun.
Different.
Yeah, it's got, by the way, if you want to look it up, you'll find it on YouTube and the usual outlets, Spotify. It's called The Irish Question. The Irish Question. Yourself and Paul Trevaux, Declan Ganley, and Nick Delahunty all talking about mad stuff. Anyways.
All talking about stuff that no other media except yourself.
Thank you, Elaine. I'm glad you just threw that in there now. I was hoping when you said no other media, I said, is she going to stop there? Anyway.
Fair play, you're not afraid.
Elaine, in relation to this, I mean, I found this quite shocking, by the way, this Sharon Stone story. It might have come out of nowhere. That her husband abandoned her after she had discovered some tumours and then was advised to get a mastectomy. And some women get precautionary mastectomies, of course, if, genetically there's a problem in the family for cancer, cervical cancer or breast cancer. And he left her.
Look,
does that shock you?
It does. No, it doesn't shock me, but it really, really depends on the relationship, why you're in the relationship, as to whether or not you would stay. In fact, you've made some good points there. Some people say, well, I'm not a full-time carer and signed up. Then others are horrified at that, because I'm horrified at the fact.
Mae'n straeon o bob math yn aros.
That was a good performance against the top side.
Hi, and thanks for listening to WKXA. Unfortunately, our audio stream is no longer available.
Because it's warmer down there, so spring arrives a bit earlier and their prey is more active, and they like warm weather. It's more conducive as well, climate weather conditions, to them nesting and being successful. So you often find that in Mediterranean regions, some of the birds down there will nest a few weeks earlier than they will here. So we even see it with things like blackbirds and...
Please follow the road for 4 kilometers.
They will nest a bit earlier. Swallows as well, swifts, they arrive there earlier. Now the long-eared owls aren't the migrants like the scops owls, which are, the long-eared owls are there, they're resident, but it's just that bit warmer. There's probably more insects on the move. We have a wide variety of starlighters on the island too. If they're out that bit earlier, they can also catch lizards, and that's one of the things you see on a lot of those Aegean islands.
Oh, thanks, Kat. Just heading back home now. Everybody abandoned me when I got to Liverpool. Everybody hates Liverpool. As soon as I got there, everybody fucked off.
Everywhere we went, there were both common kestrels and lesser kestrels. They're sort of more endangered cousin, beautiful bird. We had hobbies, we had red-footed falcons, and we even had Eleonora's falcons, which are just this wonderful Mediterranean, like almost looked like a fighter jet flying over. Amazing. So absolutely loved it.
So that was the long-eared owl, and we had an email with a recording in from one of our listeners, Danny, who lives in Wexford. I'll let you hear this bird. I'm sure you know what it is.
It's a banshee. Oh no, wait.
It's a banshee. It's a barn owl.
It's a barn owl. And
actually, remind me about the banshee before we finish. I'll just read out the email. It says, I really enjoy your show. Hi, Derek and team. Attached below is a sound I record outside my house in Wexford. We recently built and moved in about 3 weeks ago. When I was bringing the dog out to go to the toilet before bed with him and the dog, I heard this sound most nights coming from a wooded area nearby and thought it was a barn owl, chicks calling for food. Then, one night, early last week, I heard it again, but much closer, and I could tell the source of the sound was moving. Then I saw the owl circling, and it flew low across the field behind the house, making the call. This recording was taken the night later, when it was circling over the house, calling, and then moved off across the field again. I looked it up online and found suggestions. It was a male trying to attract a female to look at a prepared nest. What do you and the team think about this? Keep up the good work, Danny in Wexford.
I think Danny is absolutely spot on with his assessment there. He's right. That is a barn owl, and it most likely is a male that's trying to find a mate. And actually, it's often the easiest way to detect barn owls, these unmated males trying to find a female. I heard one for about a week every night 2 years ago at my house in North Wicklow. There was one flying past. It's quite a rare species in Wicklow, so that was a real treat. And if they haven't found a mate at this time of year, yeah, they're desperate to find one, so they call. Otherwise, it's very, very hard to detect barn owls, because when they fly,
fly, they're almost completely silent. Their wings make no noise whatsoever. So when they flap their wings, they have this special sort of baffling of fluffy feathers around the outer edge of their wings. So when they flap them, they make no noise in the wind at all. It breaks up the air currents. So they only can be heard if they want to be heard. That's an adaptation so their prey doesn't hear them sneaking up on them. Mice, which is the main food they eat, they have very good hearing, so they hear the wing beats of most birds, but not of a barn owl. So that male wants to be found. So if he wants a female to find him, he's going to have to scream like that. And hopefully if there's one within earshot and she doesn't already have a mate, or maybe if she does already have a mate but he's a better prospect, then she would hook up with him. But if he keeps going...
Call back.
She will call back, yes, and they will have this sort of courtship display. The fact that he's doing it night after night and keeps going around the same area suggests that he hasn't found a mate yet. He may well have a nesting site nearby, and maybe perseverance will pay off, because barn owls, they can live for a few years. If he's in that area and that's his territory, well, maybe next year. If he doesn't have any luck this year, maybe next year.
So it would be in a barn somewhere close by, most likely.
It could be a barn. So what?
It's not even grey. It is very, for me, it's very, very black and white. If you make that commitment to somebody and you really love that person, then I don't know if the burden is the same. I think you'll get help. You'll bring people on board, help you out with all of this. And if the point for physically you're just not able anymore, well then obviously you have to look at things. But it doesn't mean you walk away, you abandon the person. There is lots of support out there, and I think walking away is too easy, and that's probably a problem with the next generation. Is that they
Does it depend on the age? Does it depend on the age? If you're young and your partner has a life-changing accident that requires you to give them 24-hour care.
If you're like a year married and your whole life at that point in time, like, then you blame somebody who says, well,
this is not for me.
I'm not for this.
Yeah.
I can't stay. You know, I don't know, Niall. Don't know. As a middle-aged person, my head is...
In 700 metres, turn right onto Netherley Road.
Yeah, and all of a sudden your partner, has a debilitating illness that means you require 24-hour care.
Yeah. What if you wanted children and now you can't have them? There's a whole lot of things to consider there that you not clear cut when you're starting out in life, but when you've spent such a huge chunk of your life with somebody, and just because their circumstances change, just because they were sent this and they have to deal with, it's not good enough to walk away. I don't think it is. And I'm like, when you think Sharon Stone, she had a stroke at 43 years of age.
Did she?
She did, yeah, and she recovered from it. Took her a while to recover. So maybe
I was wondering why we haven't seen much of her, because she was kind of a huge at one stage. We kind of haven't seen much of her in the last 10 years.
And but her husband, will he be as quick to walk away as she's
Now turn right.
Well, she's revealed it during the week in some radio interview. Well, I thought that was quite shocking, that whenever the major illnesses, I know for her it was a major time in her life, but she had a couple of tumours, and so for precautionary, I believe it's precautionary reasons she had to do a mastectomy.
And now they can do so much with plastic surgery.
Of course, yeah. But that's beside the point. I only want to be with my wife.
Please follow the road for 7 kilometres.
Because that's more or less what he was saying. He's more or less accused her of not being, I don't know, feminine or woman, or not being a whole, yeah.
But look, it is shocking, and she definitely deserves more than that. And anyone who's abandoned like that is horrible.
Well, listen, Elaine, thank you. We look forward to your next episode of your podcast. What's the next podcast about, by the way? Have you any ideas yet? No? Any plans? I'm pretty sure pregnant persons are coming into it somewhere.
Pregnant persons done 100%. Guaranteed. Let's just say Norma's not in.
Yeah, Norma Foley will be getting a contributory mention. She won't be a guest, that'll be for sure.
No, definitely not.
Well, listen, ladies.
Thanks so much for having me on.
You're welcome. All right, thank you very much. There you go. Elaine Mullally, social commentator and podcaster of The Irish Question. Let me go to Walter. Walter, hi, how are you?
How are things today?
Good, Walter. You see, I'm not going to get anyone to be really honest with me today, am I? Realistic.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay, well, yeah, okay.
And, where you know my situation at.
Okay, so you've been diagnosed. For people who don't know, you've been diagnosed with emphysema.
No, it's worse than that. It's a thing called pulmonary fibrosis.
Okay.
Which is terminal. Okay. Where my lungs are turning to concrete and slowly suffocating me.
Okay, so what happens? All the little tubes inside of harden, essentially.
Yes, and it's rheumatoid arthritis as well. So I can barely walk and I can barely breathe.
I'm so sorry to hear that. And is it how quickly is that progressing?
Thankfully, because I'm doing most 90% of what I'm supposed to do, by my consultants, decent tests and so on, but it has stabilised. So it is a lifestyle. And
what's the prognosis?
3 to 5 years.
I'm sorry to hear that.
If you do as you're told, and I lose 50 kilos, I might be in line for a lung transplant, double lung transplant, but that's not going to happen.
A mate of mine had a lung transplant going back about, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, it's probably not a good story to be honest with you. But anyway, he had a lung transplant. They're quite rare lung transplants now.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately they're not usually.
Well, I'd have to say there's a guy in Dublin, Professor Jim Egan, who's the pioneer of lung transplants in Ireland, and he is what I would class a human god. You know, there are no lung transplants.
Well, the problem with lung transplants, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong here, but when you get a lung transplant, all it does is extend your life. It doesn't actually give you the ability to live on as long as you should. But extend, it may give you another 5 6 years, yeah?
Yeah, well, it depends. Again, everything is it's down to the person themselves, like, you know, and if it gives you an extra 10 years, gives you an extra 5 years. Like, my prognosis is 3 to 5 years. I'm in year 2. I intend to get 10 years out of this, you know, and I fight to get 10 years out of it. Like I live every day now as if it's my last, and I enjoy life. I'm actually where I'm sitting here now, you wouldn't believe where I am now at the moment.
Tell me where you are. Make me jealous.
I'm down on the Bearla Peninsula. The sun is shining. I'm looking up at the mountains here, just outside Kenmare. We're just inside Chelsea's Cafe having a slice of apple tart and a cup of coffee, and I was like, Pamela out tonight.
Oh, I can't get a slice of apple tart. Oh, another slice of apple tart now.
I do that. Cream. I had a nice cup of coffee, looking over the lake down in Kenmare, you know, the Kenmare Bay.
Yeah. Absolutely magic.
So that's my life now, you know. And as last week, with the fight we have with social welfare and afford this lifestyle.
yeah, of course, yeah, you're a multi-millionaire now. Because you've got disability. Okay, so Walter, it's a big thing not just for you. It's a big thing too for your partner.
That was the whole point of this. My wife, my dad, which is my second wife, because I did the same thing for my first wife, and I was on your show. I think it's about 10 years ago telling this story. My first wife died of lung cancer, and for 8 months she was bedridden for her last 8 months. But for about 15 years up to that, she was very, very ill. She was in a wheelchair a lot of the time, had hip replacements, knee replacements, had her lungs collapsed on several occasions, a couple of heart attacks and so on.
She must have been quite young when all that happened to her.
She was 51 when she died.
Gosh.
Right, and this happens when she's in her early mid-30s.
You don't think of somebody with lung cancer at 50 years of age, you don't? You just, that's not something you think about. Yeah.
When you're living in the circle now, you see it all the time.
Yeah.
But like, it was never a question. I was seeing earlier the text this morning. It was never a question of, you know, I didn't sign up for this. You know, she was my wife, mother of my 5 children.
I'm here, Joan. I'm just driving home. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Every day of the week.
Of course it was. Yeah.
I'd come. There you go. So my wife was my best friend at the time. You know, she was the mother of my children. She slept in my bed. You know, I sat by her bed for 8 months and watched her die slowly. 3 things she said to me: no hospital, no funeral home, and no hospital, no hospice, and no funeral home when she was diagnosed. That was her 3 wishes.
Yeah.
She died in my arms, in bed, on the 14th of November. And but that is life. One thing I've learned, and this is for everybody out there: nobody has a monopoly on life, and not one of us are getting off this planet alive. You know, and so it comes to our tax.
Okay, so your wife currently now at the moment. Now, thankfully, you know, you're still kind of reasonably mobile. Yeah, at the moment. Yeah. But you know,
I could not survive without my wife.
Okay, so she's caring for you.
Yeah, she's sitting here beside me now, and she's writing down things for me to say. I am one. Yeah, I know you're one. But,
she's dipping in her.
She's absolutely fantastic. I wouldn't manage. And we've had this discussion. I've said to her, look, there's no point in you hanging around for the next 5 years looking after me. Then I'm progressively going to get worse. And she said, I signed up for this. This is what I signed up for. Sickness and in health. You know?
Yeah, no, I look, I do understand that because I was extremely sick.
I'll be with you in a minute. No problem.
For some, the best gifts come at Christmas. For others,
Thank you very much. That's not up for debate. Wanna go and get gone, yeah. Not to bother. To June the 11th. What are we gonna do? We might.
In 700 meters, continue straight ahead onto Lee Avenue. In 200 meters, continue straight ahead onto Lee Avenue. Now, continue straight ahead.
Paul Weller on the Love Zone, You Do Something to Me. And before The Mothfather, 1976, as we promised, an absolute jam. The Starland Vocal Band and Afternoon Delight. Nighttime delight when it comes to music, the Love Zone on this Monday. Let me give you the second of our Monday night teasers.
I'll be with you in a second.
100 meters, bear right onto Bradley Way.
Give me a minute. Nearly home now.
Nancy Sinatra, born on this day 1940, incredibly 86 today. Here's
I've just shared the link, by the way, to that write-up on Spielberg and this forthcoming film of his, Disclosure Day, starring Emily Blunt. People are saying marinating music. I'm liking that new term, marinate, JK. Good to hear you're back home safe and back on the Late Show. Anchorman Vic as well, on there on X, running up the usual suspects. If you'd like to share any thoughts or reflections yourself tonight on the music, you need only text 81771, WhatsApp the number 03030 8055 or email bbc.co.uk. And thanks for keeping Kerry company last Thursday night. And thank you to Kerry McLean as well, sitting in for me then. Music ahead this first hour of Movie Monday on the Late Show from Paolo Nutini, from the Commodores, from Elvis Presley, from Tony Bennett, from Dean Martin. Got some Taylor Swift in there as well, something brand new from her great self. And well, we'll see how we get on from that point in time. I shan't spoil too much ahead of time. But Neil Young's Harvest Moon there, the lone memorable music moment in the film A Quiet Place. All that chat of Spielberg and indeed A Quiet Place is Emily Blunt starring in said forthcoming film Disclosure Day. It's out this week, by the way. It's out in a couple of days' time. We're going to go from one great director to another. Do you like how I'm doing that? James Cameron's Academy Award-winning 2009 epic adventure Avatar. Yes, John. I've still not seen this, would you believe? It's set in the lush alien world of Pandora, and if I get anything wrong here, forgive me. But there live the Navi beings who appear primitive but are highly evolved.
How we doing, guys? Estoy aquí. Born in Philippines. Back home now. Everybody, as soon as I went to Liverpool, everybody fucked off in the chat there. Everybody left me. Cunts. Yeah, you can't you get money, like you can. It's just like a hobby that you get a bit of pocket money for. Yeah, Joan, I see. Yeah, I was just reading your messages. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm just back from Liverpool now. It took me about 23 minutes to drive the slow way. It's literally, it's dark now. Yeah, you'll be fine, Dimple. Don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. No problem. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can't live on it. Pitch black outside now. Yeah, Dimple, it's just like top-up money. You can't live off YouTube. Not unless you're like mega famous with like million subscribers, you know. And even again, it's not really guaranteed, is it? Yeah, it's literally impossible. The way I see it is if I get any money from YouTube, it's just a bonus. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just a bonus to get it. you know. I don't like them black plates. So give me the night. Yeah, basically, yeah, just to watch hours, yeah, and chatting with you lovely people, basically. I went to Liverpool. As soon as I went to Liverpool, everybody fucked off. They left. Nobody likes Liverpool. Yeah, don't worry, Dimple. I mean, we can all get your watch hours, but it's not a job you can live off. No, well, it's not even a job. It's just for me, it's just a hobby that I do. I chat with my friends, you know, 2 in 1 really. That's literally it. It's just a hobby. Yeah, when I got to Liverpool, I went to. They was there for a couple of minutes, and they all left. They all left me. Give me the night. It's a city. It's a city where the Beatles are from. Big town it is, big town. Tell you what I need. I've got is a bag of potatoes. There is music in the air. The other, I think. Oh, good morning, Elena. The sun's just gone down here. I'll do. They're from Scotland. Yeah, the sun's just set here, Elena. Dun, dun, dun. So quiet in here, it's lovely. Give me the light. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get these. Sorry, it's annoying. I'm holding this at trying to hold this phone here. Give me the night. Ba-dum, bum, bum. I think that's everything. I can't think of anything else that I need. Sorry, this is bubbling on the. Trying to hold it with a potato in my arms. Just buying some potatoes for tomorrow. And cereal. Let me just scan my phone.
Shopping at Tesco.
Yeah, bit of a tough one. But yeah, Dimple, you won't be able to make, you won't be able to live off the money off YouTube. No way. You won't be able to have a job and have, you know. I don't know. You're best off asking on here, Dimple, when the Filipinos are on here. Because I don't know, I only know Philippines from outside of Philippines. I don't know, you know, day-to-day stuff. Yeah, you can't rely on other people to. Everybody's got bills to pay and stuff, yeah. Especially the cost of living now, it's crazy. It is crazy, yeah. Yeah, Filipinos will know, so you're best off coming, Dimple, asking on here when there's lots of Filipinos on here, because they know better than me. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah. Kind of true. It's just a tough situation, but I really don't know. But you can't put all your eggs in one basket, especially YouTube, can you? You just can't do it. You know what? I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna leave this running, okay? So you guys can continue chatting, alright? I'm tired now. I've done it. Oh, she left. Perhaps her signal's gone. I've done a lot of wee live streaming today, so I'll keep that on there until I get home. Oh, she's gone. Right. Perhaps her signal's gone. Her signal might have gone on battery. She's gone country. Yeah, well, the sky's a little bit blue, but it's pretty much dark here now. It's 11:45, 10:45 p.m. She's gone country. Boom, boom, boom. I was going to say I'm not going to go out tomorrow. I do have to go out tomorrow. I've got to pick my Wi-Fi box up. The router box. I've got to pick that up. Yeah, Joel. Hang on. Joel, if you can, you don't have to. But like, if you just leave one of my playlists just playing. Who's that there? I can't see that. If you just leave like my playlist on in the afternoon or overnight, that will help the watch hours. You don't have to, but if you can, that'd be a great help. Just leave it on in the background or something, you know. Oh yeah, I know that was magical, wasn't it? Up the IRA. Who's that? Sev. South Alistair. Yeah, up the RAF. Yeah, basically, if you just, I don't know how, like, if you just leave it on the computer or something, don't do it on your phone, obviously, because you need your phone, but if you do it like on the TV overnight or just on the computer in the background, it'll just help the thing, because it adds up. Like, doesn't seem a lot, even if one person does an hour here and there. It soon adds up, doesn't it? I know, that was magical, that rainbow. I know, that was fantastic. Heavenly, wasn't it? You find it in the strangest places. Oh, that's okay, don't worry then. Don't worry if you can't do it, it's fine. I mean, you can do it on any videos, but most people, what they do is they'll go on the playlist and they'll just leave the playlist running. You go on my channel at the bottom, there's the playlist page. The best one would be horses, driving, or walking. They're the longest ones, so if you could do that on the computer, that would be great. But again, no pressure, you don't have to, don't worry if you don't want to, it's fine. Yeah, you can do that, yeah, you just leave it running in the background, yeah. Really appreciate that, Joel. You're flying without wings, so impossible, 'cause there ain't no sea. You've got to fight for every dream. No job 23 years, is that what she was saying, was it? Fucking hell. I was confused because her name is Joan as well then, I see. I was so confused. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on there. was trying to read it as I was going along in the store. You can't live off YouTube money. Even if I get monetized, I'm not that naive to think, oh yeah, I'll be able to live off that. You probably get $20 a month, if that. I mean, if that. Yeah, jeez. I mean, yeah, if she gets monetized, maybe she'll find an American that will, because I notice a lot of Americans, every time a Filipino puts a video on there, they get $2 every time, you know? So unless you find somebody like that, you never know. But actually, just money from the YouTube videos itself is pretty much non-existent. Come on, why are these lights stuck on red? Watching, who's that? Hey, it's Tito, Apollo, brother. It's 11 PM here, brother. How you doing, mate? I hope the earthquake is not near you, Tito. I think you're in Manila, so the earthquake's not near you. Thank God. Yeah, bless you, brother. Just saying, Apollo, I need watch hours if you can. If you can help me, I need watch hours. If you can't, no problem, but if you can, just leave it in the background, maybe. Appreciate that, brother. Oh, no problem. I'm going to end this in a minute. Yeah, thanks, Joan. Thanks so much. Do the watch hours if you can. No problem if you don't. I think you might have gone, Joan. Well, we'll ask the question next time everyone's on here tomorrow. She is a. What do you mean? She's just an everyone. I've never given anyone a managing mod. She's just a normal mod. Those were the things that make you. Yeah, I know. I'll have to check that. Don't think anybody's got that. I'll have to check that, Joan. Right, I'll catch you later, John. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, so have a lovely evening. All right, guys.